between now and the day that you die, or between now and the day that Jesus comes again, it might get rough. But if you hold on, you'll have the victor's crown. I want to read you some things that Paul wrote. You can see that this wasn't just an idea that John came up with. This was really Jesus speaking, because Jesus seems to inspire Paul to write almost exactly the same things in the same kind of situations. So Paul is in prison. Doesn't that sound familiar? Guess where John is when he writes the book of Revelation? He's in prison. Right? And he's writing to these guys that are about to go to prison. Okay. And Paul says, things are difficult and I might just end up dying for my faith, but I encourage you in this way. I'm struggling. I don't know if it would be better for me to just go and be with Jesus. Wouldn't that be awesome? But I know it's more useful for you that I stay, and so that I can build up your faith. Verse 28 says, in no way be alarmed by your opponents, which is a sign of destruction for them, but of salvation for you, and that too from God. For to you it has been granted for Christ's sake, not only to believe in him, but also to suffer for his sake. It's a gift. Now look, I'm not a sucker for punishment. In Afrikaans, 'n smartvraat. Okay? That's not me. Okay? I don't like pain. I don't enjoy difficulty. It's not what I look for in life. But Paul says, if you testify concerning Jesus and people say evil about you and persecute you and give you all kinds of pressure because of that, even throw you in prison, or even if you're threatened with death, that's a gift. To you it has been granted, it has been gifted to you, not only to believe in his name, but also to suffer for his sake. It's an opportunity for you to be a witness to Jesus. Because when you are not moved, you can take away my money, you can take away family, you can kick me out of your little in-group, and it does not faze me. That means that is a testimony that I believe in something. It's a testimony. It's an opportunity to have that testimony in the unseen lived out. Testimony is more than just what you say. It's what you do and what you stick to. If you can stick to your convictions when everybody and everything is against you. We should not think that the book of Revelation was just kind of tacked onto the Bible. Right at the end, just quickly, let's just write a close to this. This stuff is real. It was part of all of the early church's experience. And so in 2 Timothy 3, verse 10 says this, now you followed my teaching, my conduct, my purpose, my faith, my patience, love, and perseverance, persecutions, and sufferings, such as happened to me at Antioch and Iconium and Lystra. What persecutions I endured, and out of them all the Lord rescued me. Verse 12, indeed, all who desire to live godly in Christ Jesus will be persecuted. That's okay. Don't look so sad. Don't look so sad, because Jesus is going to be with you in this. I want to live a godly life. I want to live a life that's going to glorify God. And if that means I'm going to have some opposition, so be it. Because Jesus is going to be with me. In fact, in the very next chapter, 2 Timothy 4, it says in verse 5, but you be sober in all things, endure hardship, do the work of an evangelist, fulfill your ministry, for I am already being poured out as a drink offering, and the time of my departure has come. I have fought the good fight. Did you hear that? To live for Christ might be a fight, but it's a good fight. I have fought the good fight. I have finished the course. I have kept the faith. In the future, there is laid up for me the crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, will award to me on that day, not only to me, but also to all who have loved his appearing. There is a victor's crown waiting for us. In the city of Smyrna, there's a hill. And that hill is called the crown of Smyrna. But Jesus is talking about the victor's crown. And when it's all said and done, we'll stand at the top and we'll look back at everything that we went through and we'll say, I'm with the righteous judge now. You see, that's why we don't fear the day of judgment because we might just be judged as righteous in the person of Christ. Everybody's afraid of judgment, thinking that they're going to be condemned. If you believe in Jesus, you're going to be judged righteous. And you're going to receive a reward, a victor's crown. In fact, Paul writes, he says, the people of this world, they fight and they compete for a crown that's going to wilt. But we're going to receive a crown that will not fade. It's not just a few laurel leaves wrapped around my head. I'm going to have a victory that's going to last forever. It's going to be remembered forever. Jesus makes this promise to them. Revelation 2, he says, I will give you the crown of life. He who has an ear to hear, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. He who overcomes will not be hurt by the second death. You might die the first death. You might even die the first death of your physical body because you believe in Jesus. There's another death. Book of Revelation at the end talks about people that go into the lake of fire. It says this is the second death. If you are faithful to Jesus, the second death cannot touch you. You see, this is why he says, this is who I am. I'm the one that was dead, but I've come to life.